I think it's funny how, like, compared to my other videos, I'm like super relaxed when I'm just philosophizing and talking about shit that I love to think about and talk about and think about some more and talk about. Literally, like, okay, so if what you're thinking about all this, that's your reality, it is totally mine. I'd be a liar if I said it hadn't been this way my whole life. I mean, I'm just being so little and always just doing that, like, just look at different parts of me, or I would look, I'd always be alone, but, and just really like stare at things and just wonder if they were even really there. When I would get on that level, even as a child, it would shift me. I can't explain it, but it would just shift my perception about things. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but you can't, there's no language in the higher dimension, so language is inadequate to describe anything in a higher dimension. Makes sense, right? Checks out. Talked about how I'm alone all the time and how it's been incredibly helpful in my spiritual evolution. That's not to say it hadn't been hard, and I've had so many dark night of the souls. Just, I mean, I've been having dark night of the souls forever. Fourscore, like, seriously. There has been no shortage of. So I know I've been doing shadow work since before I knew I was doing shadow work. That's the weirdest thing, like when you're doing the spiritual journey thing, and you realize, like, where I realized that I hit so many of these really cool milestones, and at the time I was absolutely clueless. And I'm talking about, like, say my Kundalini awakening and rising. Yeah, that happened. I knew something strange was happening. I had no idea why. So that happened at, like, the end of 2011. Like, that year prior, I was having just a lot of crazy synchronicities. It started with 11/11, and up until that point, I mean, like, I had been completely just Bible. I got born again at my washing machine at the end of 2008. That happened. That happened. It just made me want to learn the Bible, and I learned the Bible. I taught myself Hebrew, and then I taught myself, not very well, how to tattoo, so I could tattoo Hebrew on me. And I got into gematria, and I'm just not talking about little basic ass angel number gematria. I'm talking about like sapphires. I was just super into that, and I didn't watch TV or anything like that back then. I mean, like, all I did was just suck up as much knowledge as I could. The divorce started happening, and I was entering these, like, I was in unknown territory, suppressing any feelings at all about losing my kids and the divorce, where I lost everything. I know I had PTSD from childhood, and then I have little to zero doubt that whole divorce thing is what gave me CPTSD. I definitely had a break, no doubt about that. It was a strange 10 years, because it's how long this whole deal lasted. And even after the 10 years, probably took more like 12 years of just, I don't know what, I was just going through all these, I guess the 5 stages of grief. I did that a few times. It was hard. I made it through, and at it with a new perception. I picked and chose all that stuff that happened, so that, I don't know, maybe this whole earth thing, maybe it is coming to a close. I don't know, but for me to deal with all the shit that I've dealt with in my life, higher me was definitely here to, like, burn some karma quickly. I mean, that's why anybody comes to Earth, if you are lucky enough to get the chance. But, I mean, I just was like, give it to me. I know I'm not this body, but whatever I am, which, it's God just like you. Gosh, we're strong. We